Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we're live from the Twitch and the YouTube simultaneously. I'm just doing a quick bit of social mediaing. Takes but a moment. So it's the midweek special. The Slump Day stream, I might call this. It'd make more sense, wouldn't it? Right, okay, there's that one, and a bit on the Discord as well. There we go. Right, let's go to the live screen. Time for a little rebuffage, I think. Now, we did, in vain, try getting some Predator armor. Alas, nothing dropped. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to put that one and this one there. Don't have the NCU. Really? Ah, someone hit me with nano cost. Useful nano if you cast a lot, however. Not as useful if you don't. Ah, beer o'clock. Right, I suppose we could go back to trying out for Preds. It would have made more sense to log off there, but I wasn't sure I wanted to carry on at the end of the day last time. Oh yeah. We'll cast that one when the time comes. Ghostmaster, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Right, let us return to the Predators. Five other people trying to camp. Pink Goggles, no clue. Welcome to the stream. Has it been hot there today? Not as hot as it has been. We're in the fourth heat wave. Why don't we just call it summers as they'll be from now on? So it has been pretty warm. But there's a bit of a north-south divide in the country, so the north, especially the northwest of the country, is noticeably cooler than the southeast. Even the southwest as well. So it's been very muggy, very high humidity. But temperature-wise, it's not that bad. Peer Pressure Peter subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 15 months. Thank you very much for the resub and thank you for the 15 months, Peer Pressure Peter. How are you today? I'm okay. I'm quite chilled today. We're going out for, hopefully, a few more, well, any piece of Predator armor. Full set would be nice, but we all know that that takes hours upon hours of farming. Given the drop rates. Just get a key. Hopefully. Yay, that was quite painless getting the key. If only Predator armor dropped as easily as that. However, it don't. We'll do maybe 2 rounds on the Preds up north and then go off and do something else. Otherwise it'll be, I think, too boring to watch maybe. Maybe even do the key quest. That might be a useful idea. Right, so thinking on. Yeah, actually, you know what? Ripwell would make sense. Not boring to watch. Watching the abject failure of loot drops, which is what it will become if I spend all night just doing that. The drop rate being what it is, it would be a lot of kills trying to get it. I'm waiting on respawns and yada yada yada. Stupid spirit mobs, stupid drain, yeah. I think next level. Not sure what to put into. I think we're title locked for at least 10 more levels now, so. And corpses. Corpses means someone else is already here farming. Most likely, anyway. Yep. Someone on a fixer. Oh well. Run to the other spawn point. I think we're making the jump. I'm to look at the planet map to see where I'm going. We're not high enough level to jump up there. Damn it. Oh, we got the ambient music is back. The little devil horns. Killed a couple of Uncle Pumpkin heads in Borealis. On the ramp down to Corporal Ashley Winstead. With a mid-level quest, or I think that technically that's a low-level quest, but yeah. Gonna be 90 for the first one and 120 for the second part. And you get a unique nano for your class. It's quite nice. At higher levels, it's a lot easier to do, but the Borgs are a little more difficult. Yeah, they switched them on one Halloween and thought, hey, you know what? Let's just leave them on. Yeah, they don't drop any super powerful game-breaking gear. It's mostly just social fun stuff, so they just left them on. Works for me. Where's the battle music gone? It's a bit weird, isn't it? There we go. Heal up a little bit. Won't come that far. Maybe to here. And then we get an ad. Urgh. And they pack a punch, they certainly do. Oh, the ad will run bloody miles, but not the boss. That's good. I suppose it depends where they're tethered to, doesn't it? The disappointment of the drop rate for Predator armor. Yeah, so it does feel quite warm now, but I'm not well, I'm glowing, let's say, but I'm not dripping with sweat, which is good. Because nobody likes that. And the humidity obviously makes sweating much less efficient, which is why saunas are a thing. You make the room it's warm in the room, and you make it very, very humid with water on the coals, essentially poaching yourself. Lady Sky Cannon, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Where's the other one? Could be wandering. And they're normally a small one. Is that him back there, maybe? I think it is. We'll have to kill our way in. How are you coping with the heat? We don't have too much where I am. It is warm, certainly, but it's not as warm as other places. Ah, there he is. Yeah, so we're getting off a little lighter on temperature here in the northwest. The Dockyard, welcome to the stream. Good evening to you, sir. And once again, to the surprise of no one, 0 pred armor. I wish all the predators dropped it, because they're a lot quicker to kill and much less health than the named counterparts. The Dockyard, good evening. And we wait for the respawn. Yeah, currently weather here. Let's have a look. Currently 20 degrees C, but 71% humidity, so it feels very muggy. By 9 o'clock, temperature drops a degree, still in the 70s for humidity. Humidity's climbing as the temperature is coming down. We're up to 84% humidity by midnight. 87, 88, 89 by 2 a.m., but it drops down to 16 degrees. 89% humidity. Oh my God. At 4 in the morning. Yeah, then hovering around 90% humidity. But there is a chance of rain, and if we get the rain, it will cool down a few degrees. Tried PRK myself now, good fun. Guess what? No sleep for me. Oh yeah, we're on top of the covers in nothing, you know, underwear, if that. Ridiculously warm. Let's log back. I hate trying to sleep in the heat, and I'm used to it. Doesn't work very well, very good. No, it does not. Unless you drink a lot of liquor. Yeah, but it's not really an answer, but yeah. Got a dehumidifier in my home, still at 59%. Yeah, you're fighting a losing battle with that, I think. You need the full aircon, you know, I think, for it to really work. You got to dehumidify and drop the temperature. How has the PRK client worked for you lately? It's been pretty much stable. I just had like a rando crash there, so I get those occasionally. None of them have been catastrophic, but you know, if you're talking about stability versus live, it's not as stable as live, but it's pretty good. It's about as stable, probably more stable than, say, the beta client or something like that. Anyway, getting a beer. There we go. My client real stable. Just discussed it with another crash of full screen and window. Didn't make a difference. I don't think it does. Yeah, I want to do an experiment where I disable all the efficiency curves on my system. Or maybe, actually, thing to do on Anarchy Online. So let's turn off which ones are the efficiency cores. How does it count them in this? Let's have a look. So CPU, yeah, so all the first ones are that, but then it counts, yeah, these ones are counted as that. So if we do turn off all, so it'll be on an actual die there, I think, rather than a threaded die. Just an experiment. We shall see. You know, you shouldn't have to do that, but I had to jump through way more hoops to get Star Citizen to run anything like decent. It's like it doesn't know what efficiency cores are, so it keeps throwing the game onto them, causing massive stutters and such. it's difficult because the game uses such little amounts of GPU or CPU. Like if you look at the GPU, it's at 25% utilized. And a big chunk of that is the GPU encoding the stream. It's probably 5% actual GPU for the game and 20% for for the encoding to two different platforms simultaneously. So if I go in the BIOS and disable all the efficiency cores and then run the system as an 8-core 16-thread chip, that could work so much better. This was designed to run on a single threaded CPU, a Pentium 3 4500. So yeah, and it's the same with RAM. You can see there I'm using 14 gigabytes of RAM. I guarantee you half of that is Windows 11's bloat, and the rest is running the stream. Like if I just, let's open RAM map, get rid of all the parked crap in memory. There's a lot with Windows 11. It was there in Windows 10. It wasn't in Windows 7, but it is in 10. So we'll do that. Let's just see. So we go to CPU. Yeah, memory. So, yeah, 13 gig is cached. That's 13 gig of crap sat in your RAM. So Windows can look like it's optimized by it running quickly when you come to use it. So let's empty that cache. The standby list. See where that puts us. Cached is now 1.6 gig. Windows 7. Oh, I liked Windows 7. I really did. I hung on to Windows 7 for as long as possible. Yeah, if you want to, well, yeah, if you look at the launcher, settings, display, and then advanced, at the moment I'm not using it apparently. It used to be, apparently not, so something, your voice is broken. Oh crap, let's have a listen. Cache removal broke something. Okay. How is audio now? Oh crap, let's have a listen. Cache removal broke something. Okay. How is audio now? That seems to have cleared it. It was better, but back to crap again. One, two. 1, 2. That sounds okay. Good now. Yeah, I just unplugged the audio device and plugged it back in. Yeah, that went really freaky, didn't it? Okay, maybe don't do that before the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I love external audio interfaces. Poof, poof. How to reset it completely without disrupting everything else you're doing. Unplug it, plug it back in. Yeah, okay, well I'm glad that fixed that. I don't know why that would cause that, but it did. Anyway, so we do that. Task manager. Yeah, it's climbing up again. It's climbing up again. CPU is doing nothing. It's not even clocked at full speed. GPU running AO. Why is it? Oh, that's the on-die GPU. There you go. Yeah, so most of the work the GPU is doing is the video encoding. It's still that device doing it, so yeah. Yeah, so this is a 13700K. So one down from like the bestest of the 13 series chips. But I tend to do that deliberately. I always like, well, yeah, if you come down one, it's still pretty good. Limping, you're back. Give me some pred armor. I'm going to restart the game in a minute anyway. Because it says I'm using AO Res. I'm not using DG Voodoo, but I'm pretty sure I am. It says I'm in DX11. Looking at that, but whether or not I am, well, I don't know. Yeah, if you get the 13900K, you're going to get, okay, top of the line CPU, but it is going to be, with modern CPUs, it's going to be tuned within an inch of its life. Like, no headroom whatsoever. Actually, switch target. Let me switch. Thank you. Let's get rid of you. Kill the ad, they go down quick. Back to the main mob. It doesn't look like I'm using AO Res Fix because I've got anti-aliasing. And I haven't got anti-aliasing enforced in the control panel. I don't think. I don't normally use it because it's FXAA and that just mushes everything up. Nada. Just check that again. Maybe gone. No, I might have to come out of game in order to do it. So we'll do that in a sec. SMAA and reshade. Gives me these weird lines. It does, yeah. My reshade won't work with the PRK client because it knows I'm already have it set up inside the beta client live where I do use SMAA. Oi! For fuck's sake. Twat! Yeah, no fucking pred armor for you. Oh, there's someone there. I'll just run in anyway. I didn't do that. I went to the first place. Oh, dead mobs. Oh, there's someone there. Okay, I'll go somewhere else. I'll sit down for 5 seconds to heal up. Screw you. The problem is there's only 2 spawn spots in the whole game and the drop rate is abysmal. That's why people do that. They're forced into that. It's not their fault. I don't like used compressed textures gets enabled. I don't think that functionally does much. And I don't think changes you make take effect really until you restart the launcher. Have that distinct feeling about it. The PRK launcher is a bit of a lore unto itself, I think. Maybe it does. We're going to check that. Because the launcher is saying AO res fix, but this is DX11. So it shouldn't be saying that at all. And I have got the funky lines on my GUI. Gusamos, welcome to the stream. I want control of this, as do we all. Like to control what's going on our computers, I know. Don't remember though, the E-cores in a P-core E-core CPU are inordinately more powerful, 10 times as fast, etc., as what this game was originally designed to run on. It was looking for 450 megahertz, you know, and these CPUs are running at... Wait, where did the corpse go? It just disappeared under the other one, did it? I can't click it. No, same crap again. Right, we'll take that moment. A bit old and a bit grumpy. You are Worf. Right, okay, right, there's a log out. Let's log out. Make sure it is doing what I want it to do. Settings, advanced. 283.2. Save. Close. Reopen it. Settings, advanced. Okay, that's there. Data folder. Prefs XML. Let's have a look. Was it line 10? Yeah, there you go. It's back to 1. Change it back to 0. Save. Okay. Right, now that's done. We go to the Win folder. Client. DG Voodoo control panel. API, best one available. Adapter. That's all good. DX, don't want that. filtering, anisotropic 8, MIP mapping, don't need. VRAM, set it as high as it'll go. MSAA, put on 8. Unnecessary, but I just want to do it. Fast video access, apply, okay. Play game. And as I reload, it's changed the value to 1. So back to 0. Save. Quick game. Then let's go to settings, open data folder, prefs, reopen it. Yeah, compressed is back on again. Now I've reopened it. So I'm going to 0 on that value. Close it. Then I'm going to go properties, read only, apply, okay. Oh, I might have broken it. It wants to talk to that file. Yeah. Oh, dear. All right. Another thing I need to do. Right, okay. Ruby capital. No. Try the other one. Huh. Oh, that's useful. Why has that not worked? Yeah. Okay, it's doing that there, so that's okay. Weird. Getting a beer. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not sure that worked. You gotta... Yeah, there you go. That's better. Okay, let's try that again. There you go. Yeah, so we've got aliasing there, and I switched aliasing on. Something, and the DG Voodoo watermark's there, so okay. Back. Quit. So settings, advanced, DG Voodoo, okay. Win. Did not save whatever I did. DG Voodoo, where have you gone? Okay, best available, full screen, DirectX, fast video, no watermark, ×8, filtering, anisotropic 8 is fine, mip mapping, don't need, max VRAM, apply, okay, try now. Right, we got aliasing, so I think the settings have stuck. Yeah, if you do video editing, you definitely need to do it. You just run out of RAM so fast, it's silly. Still DX11. It felt like it was using it before, but it was the launcher was saying not. Kind of weird. Right, we had a respawn. Possibly did, but maybe the other guy came in and killed everything? Maybe? I don't know. Now, I flashed a file that had the passwords on it, which is why I had to go through all that. I think these are the same ones as before, so no biggie. Not lost any time or anything, because the mobs we're after are still not respawned. So still 100 FPS, using 1 or 2% more GPU cycles. Yeah, I know what you mean, GK. I know what you mean. I think I'll leave alone the cached memory thing while I'm live or while I'm recording, because clearly it foo-bars the sound. So the bitrate or whatever, it's like a bitrate mismatch is what it sounds like. Ugh. Stretch. Ugh. Oh, something's alive and eating me. It's Limping Predator. And his plucky little friend. Plucky little friend, you die first. Okay, extra incoming damage dealt with. We're back to you. Too much. Oh, we don't need all that malarkey on screen, do we? I haven't got the other thing running. Ow! Maybe I shouldn't have bothered casting that right now. Well, shit. We could die. Oh no. Making a comeback, making a comeback. Brown trousers. Nothing there. Good and Bennett. Oh God. No, no, I'm going, I'm sorry. Bad place to heal. Yes, yes it was. It was a very silly idea to try and heal there. Interesting point. Is it still on 0? I did set it to read only. Display borderless. Yes. Compressed textures value 0. Haha, we won. God, I hate coils. Enforced downtime in my fantasy game. Tacked into a science fiction game. And got the 0
We got the 0 to stick.
Yes, we did. And Brian says so. Thank you for the 100 bits, Ghostmaster. The other guy in there, let me guess. Yeah, the fucking hell! I'm bloody here just because I ran off to heal. Oh my God. You've run off with Many mobs. I'm not sure how to handle this one, though. Yeah, they hit hard, don't they? They hit hard, dude. Yeah, yeah. I think I just saw someone with a Stygian attack and then go, fuck, and run off. Oh, shit. Like me. And now I have to sit here like a fucking lemon waiting to heal. I hate coils. I want heal. Get back up. Run back to the fight. Not sit here, thumb up my butt waiting for Gouter's coils to heal me like itty bitty heal coil. Went the HP up. And then the game sat still for 5 minutes and fucked everything up. Gouter! Best thing they did with 18.7 is go, coils are shit, we've got rid of coils. And there was much rejoicing. Okay, we've got Heartland Predator feeling brave. Deal with him. Yeah, coils are complete shit. Everyone hated them. No one ever liked them. And when they got rid of them, everybody went, good plan. But because PRK is based on 18.4, the fucking coils are still here. God, I hate them. Fuck all. What a surprise. Now we gotta sit here and wait for this pathetic heal coil to refill my HP. Oh my god. I hate them. I absolutely... Compared to, you know, up until Shadowlands, we had heal packs. Click it, it healed you. We get this one and, you know, well, I'll heal you eventually. Honestly, I could go on for hours about things Gouter implemented that I don't like. But I don't want to make an entire stream of me ranting about the things that Gouter implemented with Shadowlands that everybody hated. I mean, if you were going to force us to use coils, I'd redesign them so they do, like, 80% of the main heal and then the remaining 20% trickle if we stay sat down. You know, that could work. Gouter! But I knew that was going to happen. Even before I moved forward into attack range, I knew the other mob was going to aggro. Okay. So we know how far you'll run, so we'll use that. They've got such a massive hit range. Like, they can hit you from further away than you can hit them. Hate it. Weird pathing there. No, the tether is much shorter on PRK than it is on live. So the pathing behavior is intended. Ghostmaster! Oh my god! We have a load of gifted subs from Ghostmaster. Thank you so very much for the 5 bomb. Much appreciated. I'll read them out now. I've got nothing on that mob. Okay. I have to come here to hit you. Have a look. Ghostmaster gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Tier 1 sub to Seth So Spinichio, Ralph Haim, Kamachi, and Hizap. So if you received a gifted sub, do remember to thank the person that gifted them to you. Thank you very much for the 5 bomb. It is appreciated. Ranged kittens. Yeah, they're aggro ranges, kind of. Yeah, how does that work exactly? I don't see your claws in front of me. I think it's 2-hand edge range they've got or something. I don't know. No, I'm not casting anything. Stop it. Stop it now. Fumble fingers. And feck all again. Oh, God. Drop rate for Predator armor. Plus fix. It's too low. It tests the patience of anyone. You know, I think a lot of players will out-level the armor before they ever get it. Is this intended? Let's do the nano recharge now. God, I hate coils. Ranged kittens. It does feel like that. They have, like, hecklers are the worst for that, though. Let's be honest. Hecklers seem to have this monumental, like, what are they hitting you with? A rifle? You know. Excuse me. Redo. Well, let's redo the buffs that have run out or are close to running out. Peer Pressure Peter with another 5 bomb. Thank you very much. To X10 Scion Vishilu Ein to Murloc and Crank Frey. Thank you very much for the additional 5 gift bomb. Much appreciated. You do not need to sub. I know the thing is there, but you don't have to do it. Piercing Tooth. Better NCU running. Is it? Oh. Piercing Gash. Well, you know, if you want to pierce your gash, whoever misses, you go right ahead if that's your jam. No judgment. Sneak, better one running. Silent Dagger. Okay. Put that there. Mugger, I think, is the current one. There we go. And do remember, if you've received a gifted sub, remember to thank the person that gifted it to you. Yeah, so I don't do streaming or videos as a job. If I did, I'd starve to death. So, yeah. No, I have a job. I do this for fun. If you want to subscribe, just to say thank you, then thank you very much. Each, like, $5 sub for the streamer is, like, half of that. So it's like, oh, you bought me a coffee. Thank you. But can I have a tea instead? Because I don't really like coffee. I'm weird that way. But there you go. Even though I spent the best part of $800 on a coffee machine, grind your beans, and then you do the whole thing, and yeah, it's like a really good coffee machine. Still don't like coffee. I bought it because Mrs. Callos wanted one, and she does like coffee. So there you go. Happy wife, happy life. So I spent 35 quid, $50 on a kettle, which makes perfectly good tea. It's a good kettle. It's a Bosch, I think. It's a good, it's a good quality kettle. Made of aluminum. I don't know what it's made of. It looks like stainless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually stainless steel. It's very hardy, solid looking kettle, And kettles are just not a thing in the US, I know. People just don't have them. Or very few do, and very few people use them. Yeah, it's weird. Well, it's weird to a British person, because everyone's got a kettle, basically, in the UK, because we drink tea and coffee. But generally, in the UK, people, 99% of the time, drink instant coffee. Those freeze-dried granules in a cup, kettle, bit of milk, the job done, And when I said I didn't like coffee, everyone said, oh no, you just need to have a decent cup of coffee in order to appreciate the taste. Well, we can buy the finest blended beans known to man, grind them ourselves, put them in the first thing they come out in, scrape that off. That goes in the other thing. A steamer pushes it out. A little dribble amount goes in the bottom. And then you fill it with milk and you... whatever that's called, steamer thing does its thing. And I go, yeah, no, still tastes like coffee. So, yeah, I just don't like fucking coffee. I don't know. I'm 57. I know what I like and I don't like, and I don't like coffee. There you go. Has nothing to do with the quality of the coffee I've tried, because I can, anytime I want, have the bestest coffee ever. Yeah, but it still smells and tastes of coffee, which I don't like. I don't know what to tell you. It's just something in me goes, ugh, and doesn't like it. You earned a hype chest. Well, I think actually, to be fair, I think Ghostmaster earned the hype chest. We're going to share the hype chest because it's a positive choo-choo love. Get the pop right off the tree. Wife wants a Lambo. Mrs. Gallows doesn't drive, but if she did, she'd be happy with the Jag. She can drive, she just doesn't have a license. It will add. Yeah, quite likely. Yeah, I'm going to grab another beer. Put my hair, tie my hair back up. It's all sticky and stuck to my head with the heat. Also, my hair, like if I don't wash it every 3 days, goes darker because I've got basically greasy hair, I suppose. So I tend to leave it because it looks like I'm less grey than I am. But as soon as I wash it, Gandalf the White. And the tiny bit of vanity I still possess leaves it 4 or 5 days before I wash my hair. Shower every day, but don't always wash the hair. Right, back in a min. And I am back. I has returned. Okay, I'm not sure if any of the big guys have respawned. You have. You always had. So I'm going to kill you. I can see one of them, the little one. So I'm going to try and get him. Oh no. He's not little. He's far away. Oh, limping. Okay, with the ad. Let's pop down here. He's huge. He's just far away, Duncan. Right, he should come this far. So I'll give him a min while I just heal up with these bloody coils. Healing up with the beer, yes. Clearly, it works. Health bar is going up, is it not? Seem to have lost the ability for the game to produce battle music, so we're just going to sound off, sound on. And music has returned. That's been part of AO since 2001. That's not unique to PRK. And once again, no armor. Drop rate is not great, is it? Let's be honest. It's just really not great. Let's clear the battlefield a bit. Okay, so that's a bit tidier. As you, of course. Makes it a bit easier to see if things have spawned or respawned up at the top of the hill. Healing up with the beer. Can you imagine if beer was actually healing? Do you know, for about 1,000 years, in Britain at least, people did not drink the water. They drank beer. But it was a very weak form of beer. So when they made beer, what they didn't realise was boiling the water is what made it safe to drink. They didn't know about bacteria. They had no idea. So the connection was never made that there's animals so small you can't even see them in the water, and that's what makes you ill when you drink from the well. So they would make beer, and the first pull or draw of beer would be pretty strong beer, like, 7-8% beer in gravity, and then the second pull was normal table beer, and that was like what I'm drinking now, 4%-ish, not too strong. And then they would pull a third one, which was called small beer, and that only had a gravity of like maybe 1%. It was nearly impossible to get drunk from drinking it. And that's what most people in Britain drank for about 1,000 years. Because it was safer to drink than the water. Because, of course, we didn't understand bacteria and whatnot. We had no concept of it. I got 2 ads to fucking deal with. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to have to run away and re-pull at this rate. I've lost so much health. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Oh, I'm so weak. It's pathetic. Sit down to another gout to coil. Genetic at this point. It was survival. You drank the water, the chances are you got very, very sick and could potentially die of dysentery or something like that. But if you drank small beer, it was like 1% alcohol, so it was almost impossible to get drunk with drinking it, That one always adds best to kill it before the boss pops. That's a good point. But then you run the danger of it popping in the middle of a boss fight. So you've got to get your timing all synced up and whatnot. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Right, give me some armor, you bastard. No. No, he will not. Ugh. I believe in you. You guys love your beer. Well, yes. Yeah, because in the UK, if you drink every evening, that's considered quite normal. Regularly, people go to the local pub, which is like a bar, but it's different. It's more of a social hub. You know, the various little groups and cliques from the area you live in meet up there and have meetings and do things together. And, you know, the old girls are all there doing their knitting circle meet and, you know, having a sherry or three. So in the UK, it's considered completely normal because historically it was. If you wanted to eat or drink, you didn't do it at home very often. You went to the pub to do it because that's where the food and drink was. Tola Garth, how's Project Rubi-ka going? Going strength to strength, I would say. We've got missions, GMI. A lot of pathing issues and other bugs have been fixed, and static dungeons in Shadowlands and Rubi-ka are now open for business. Give me pred. No. That's it. We're never getting Predator armor. Anyone that has it is using hacks, I've decided. Because it just doesn't drop, ever. I'm joking. Clearly, they camped it for a very long time and got, you know, eventually got it. Is what it is. So it's actually a project that's serious and not just a little experiment. It's a preservation project. There you go. Thank you, Ghostmaster. The two links, how to get it all set up, a little video I made, and Project Rubi-ka, the main website, made by the dev team explaining what their mission is and why they're doing what they're doing. Howling, the titchy guy. I had more fun playing here than I do on live. Would you kill faster with more ag def? Technically, no. So, in order for a weapon to be 1-1 and your special attacks to be 1-1, are two different factors. So 1-1 for regular attacks is dependent on your, you know, init skill or initiative skill, and your specials are dependent upon the special skill. So being 1-1 at full def is the goal, because at full def you take less hits, certainly receive less critical hits, which keeps you in the fight for longer while still doing the maximum amount of damage. So if I go full ag, I will hit as fast as I do at just below half, because my melee in it is high enough with these particular weapons that they are 1-1 at this level. And the goal always is to be 100% defensive, but 1-1. So you're hitting as fast as you do at full def as you would at full ag. So you're doing just as much damage, but you're taking much less damage. There's no actual server issues. There's issues with Funcom not enforcing their own rules and allowing people using hacking software like AO Sharp to, like, they build a tower site. It's a piece of shit. It's horribly built, but, you know, their characters, alts and guild have placed the towers they need to be as best they can, whatever. Anyone attacks it, instead of actually defending it in PvP, Note Wars tradition, they use AO Sharp to crash the playfield. This, because of the meshed nature of AO, means ICC goes down, tier goes down, someone's mission goes down, because they've crashed that particular playfield. And when they crash it, the zone resets, and so does the timer on their towers. And they just let them do it. That's the big problem, is the game is not moderated. Game is great. And of course, with the changes in European employment laws, they disbanded all, not just ARC, all volunteer programs. So ARC is no more. And that really was the death nail of the game, because ARC were moderating the Discord. The live server Discord now is a shit show of smack talkers, script kiddies, bunch of other griefing wankers. There's hardly any discussion about the game. Someone says, how do I do this? And they go, fucking get good. You know, the absolute base little boy syndrome knobhead is now what you're going to meet on that Discord. It's horrible. It really is. And they do nothing about it. I mean, the closest thing to moderation they did since they got rid of ARC was put a millennial there who thought he was talking to a bunch of kids to mediate everyone saying getting rid of ARC is completely effing stupid and we hate you for doing it. And they sent this poor millennial there to try and police a bunch of people who were probably older than his parents. It didn't go well for them. I felt bad for them, in fact. I sent them DMs and, mate, you can't adult people who are probably older than your parents. They're gonna run you round in a little circle like an idiot for hours just to amuse themselves. Stop trying to do that. Yeah. Yeah, getting rid of ARC was what made Space Quest quit the game altogether, because obviously Space Quest does, and still has, technically, paid characters in the game, and they were brilliant characters. I know who they were. They never told me. I found out accidentally. They didn't break any NDAs. It's one of them. Yes, I know Space Quest in real life, but I didn't know they were ARC when I met them, and yada, yada, yada. You know, it's a big thing. It's 20 years plus of friendship and camaraderie, and, you know, we're good friends. And yeah, he was gutted that they did what they did. And he can't go back to it. We can't bring back the alien invasion storyline he was doing and all the other good stuff, you know. Yeah, because the intern, whoever it was, the poor guy, You know, they came there and they said, right, everyone talking about the ARC thing has to do it in this channel. And everyone went, fuck off. No, we don't. It was like they tried to sort of like assert authority they didn't have on people who fuck around and find out generation went, fuck off. And the poor guy found out, and he was doing his best. You know, it's his job. He got sent there to try and moderate it all, and just got his arse handed to him every fucking 5 seconds. It was like embarrassing. I felt bad for them and said, look, this isn't the way to do this. You're dealing with people older than you, probably older than your parents who've been playing this game for 25 years. You've waltzed in like the big I am. They're going to eat you alive, dude. This is not a good strategy for you, you know. Oh, man, it was bad. I felt really bad for them. I did. It was like, you've all seen Die Hard, right? You know, the cokehead guy goes, oh, I sign $1 million deals every day. I'm going to go talk to these guys. He was fucking like that guy walking into the situation with these serious ass killers. You know, it was like, dude, no, they'll eat you alive. They're going to kill you. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I felt bad for them. They were a good guy as well. They were genuinely quite a nice person, but the job they'd been given to do and the directive they'd been given was just, it wasn't a good scene. It really wasn't. Yeah, the live is just like ridiculous inflation. Like how? You know, trillions of credits for a grace. How the hell do you have that much money? Oh, well, obviously you were duping items and selling them. That's how you have that much money. It just, yeah. It's a shit show. Live is just a shit show. And all it would take is for Funcom to grow a backbone and go, you're using third-party software that's in contradiction of the EULA you're agreeing to. Unfortunately, your accounts are now banned. Goodbye. And do that like a dozen times, and the rest of them would scurry off and fucking stop doing it until they get reported doing it, pretending they're not doing it, and get banned anyway. It would tidy up the server, and once that happened, you know, it'd be good. But the economy, I don't know how. There's a version where the game keeps running and they fix the economy at the same time. I have no answers for that. The time to do that was maybe 10 years ago, you know? A grace is, like, if you go on the, I'll literally show you. So if we go to, give me a sec. I don't want to dox myself or anything here, you know. So if we go to AO, official site, account, let me log in. Click on the buy button. Right, so if I go here, buy a grace key, all these, you can see here. Don't try and screen cap. Can you not read? Converted. They've been converted means someone bought, all these, up to this one, are ones I did a giveaway for. So people won that code. I gave them the code. They redeemed it inside the game. It was converted into game time. That one I gave away. They didn't convert it. They sold it. And yeah, so that's what it is. So if I go buy a grace key for 17.19 euros, that's about 15 quid, $10 maybe. It gives you 30 days of game time. That's what a grace is. So time, like the movie with the guy with the noodle hairdo. What was he called? Timberlake, something like that. Yeah. So time is the most valuable commodity in the game. So what these guys do is you buy a Grace, you sell it, and the price of the game now is enough to completely kit out any character in the game completely for its entire lifespan in credits. Yeah, the thing is with the mech warrior thing, fucking no one uses that in PvP. Fucking no one touches that in PvP. It's just not even a thing in PvP. So who the hell, thought it was a good idea? No, Pred Armor. It was like a comical social thing is how it ended up. Because absolutely no one used it. Right, let's get rid of you. You always aggro. So I'm going to kill you as well. These Preds are different than live. Preds on live, they move around. Yeah, it was a bizarre addition to the game, and no one uses it earnestly for anything, What's the bot called on PRK? What they call the devs made it, but it does it. What's it called? Yeah, tell Roz inits. Oh, does it not have the inits command? Yeah, so on live you can do inits, okay, and then you can drop like the weapon you're using, inits, drop weapon into chat, and it tells you how much initiative skill. So in our case with melee weapons, it's melee init. You need to have that weapon at 1-1, and then it has a diagram at the side which shows you the ag-def slider, so you can go right 1-1 with 0 inits at 0 inits all the way to the right is 1-1. 1 click back is 100 init. 2 clicks back from full ag is the next one, and so on and so forth. And then it shows you what you need to be 1-1 at who's this guy? 78 keeper. Good luck. Was you Omnior Clan? Yes. Yes, I was. I've played both. Predominantly Clan, I'll say. But the Clan cities, etc. are mostly easier to get around. The shops are more organised. So I prefer to play Clan. From the RP side of things as well. Yeah, Paladins, that's a guild conglomeration that's still going. I think Tony was in Athens Paladins, wasn't he? Sharp Tony? I made video intros for him before I started making videos. With music and stuff. And he really, really liked it. He says, dude, I could not make that. I certainly couldn't make the music or the video. I was going, oh, you can use it. Keep making AO videos. And then he kind of died off making AO videos. And then I was in the 18.7 beta engine beta test program. All you had to do to qualify was pay for 12 months of the game, which I generally did anyway, because it's way cheaper. And So instead of 17 euros, it's like 8 or 6 or something like that. So I signed up for that, got the beta, started playing the beta 18.7 client, saw all the changes that came in. And then eventually it launched on the live servers, and people going, how do I do this then? What's this going on in Re? How do I get the new Shade Nano? So I got sick of typing it all out and thought, efficacy, I'll make a video explaining how. I don't want to put my voice on the video, but I will. And did the video, and everyone went, is that your voice? And I went, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But, you know, it's easier to share a link than it is do all this typing every time. And they were like, no, dude, you've got a great voice. You should make more videos. That's how I got started with AO videos. It was, you know, me being, well, efficient, I would say. Or trying to be efficient. Yeah, that's it. They have a tool that does it, yeah. Most of the Bebot bots on the live client have that feature built in. Like, a lot of people have, like, a guild bot, and that has that same feature, which tells you where your aggro bar needs to be, given your initiatives, for your weapon to be at 1-1. So to be at parity for its fastest possible attack. It also tells you, if it has fast attack, how much fast attack you need in order to cap to the 6-second fast attack and or fling attack, etc, etc. I can see another one spawned, but I'm getting a beer anyway. I'll be back. First guild was called Arcane Circle, but that died in a bang. Oh, God. And a dispute about loot and switched to Omni. Okay. Yeah, my guild, Storm, actually gave birth to a lot of other guilds from disputes. Instead of switching sides, people generally started up their own guild. We're going to run it this way, like Redemption was one. They were quite a big guild for a number of years. The thing with Storm on live is it still exists, and I'm still the prez, but most of the people don't play anymore. But you've got to remember, over a period of 20 years, you take a bunch of teenagers and 20-somethings 25 years ago, they're now in their 40s. They've got jobs, mortgages, kids. Some of them have got grandchildren. They just don't have that kind of time available to go do shit like that, you know. So they just, you know, they kind of hang around but don't play anymore. Ooh, another one. Run away! Run away! I need to make the Monty Python Holy Grail. Run away! meme as an emote or something with sound. It works with ROS, tell ROS init 1.1. Oh, right, but it doesn't do the drop weapon in. Because it's different for different weapons, isn't it? So on live, you can use that bot. You can drop one weapon in. It'll say, yeah, for that weapon, you need this much in it for it to be 1.1. Not a numeric value. So are you saying on PRK, it's a numeric value, it's not dependent on the weapon? Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Yeah. The Holy Grail. Yes. One of the best Monty Python films ever made. Yeah, okay, so tell ROS help. Yeah, so normally for a weapon, it's not a finite number calculation. It's like MA Fist is, that's an invisible weapon, and that the MA Fist reveals it. I think they've done theirs from scratch. So for one particular weapon, so if you look at the weapon itself, you've got your damage, your attack, and recharge. Now these weapons are brilliant. 1 second, 1 second, so attack 1 second, recharge 1 second, and it might share similar ag-def requirements, but on live, a lot of weapons, even if they're both 1.1, so 1 second for both of those, is not necessarily the same required amount of initiative skill in order to have it at that. OE is a simple calculation you can do in your head and multiply by 0.8, and that's OE. You've got to be within 80% of a numeric value. That's really easy to calculate. If you can't do it in your head, do it on your phone or whatever. Agdef add init. Agdef 1.5, 1.5, 1000. Yeah, that's not really the answer. So if I do ROS Agdef and drop the weapon in, will it then tell me? Invalid attack. No, you see, that's not how it works. Yeah, no, it doesn't calculate it. The B-bot variant of AO bots does calculate that. And it does it when you drop the weapon in because it analyzes the data on the weapon. Big Fister. Dude, that name. Oh dear. Fisto is ready. For all our New Vegas fans, you know what I'm talking about. Plug that in and check it out. Tell ROS init 1.1.1. Example, agdef. Okay. Tell ROS. So it's 1 space 1. And then our init skill is 344. Okay. Oh. Wait, I missed a bit. Tell Rob. Agdef. Okay. Agdef Right, there it is. Right, okay. Init needed for 1-1. Full ag, so at 300, I should be over halfway for 1-1. It does work, but you just got to manually type it in. Okay, that's fine. So if I had 1050 init, I could be at full def and the weapon would still operate just as fast as it would all the way up to full ag. Yeah? Everyone get that? It needs to be 59%. So slightly over halfway. Or is that under? No. So that's 60. That's yeah. So it nearly there-ish. It's a bit of a rough and ready visual calculation on where the bar needs to be. It's not a numeric value you're using, is it? So yeah, these things hit like a train anyway. So fuck them. Fisto cameoing in season 2 of the TV series was not on my list, but there he was. They know what they're doing with that TV series. Worth considering dual... Don't dual weapon lecture me, young man. Big Fister. I was dual wielding in 2001 on my advert. You get 1/3 increase in damage, not double. Was the first thing you learn about dual wield. The calculation doesn't give you overall damage. It gives you where your aggro bar needs to be to hit 1-1 equivalency. It's a different calculation. How much more damage you get dual wielding is another set of complex stuff. So, 2 weapons that both have the exact same min, crit, and median damage, but have different specials on them equipped, is a whole bunch of calculations you need to do to figure out. So, let's say you've got fast attack on one weapon, brawl on the other. You can now use both, but the brawl refresh is calculated on the, it caps at, I think, something like 15 seconds, and then it depends. But if you're an MA, it caps lower. So there's a load of weird shit in AO. There's no simple stuff, at least on the live server. Maybe on PRK they've simplified it, but yeah, there's a lot of weird doof going on. There's a lot of kind of messy stuff with how damage and everything else works. So if I unequip one of these weapons, my damage instantly drops by 1/3. No, you can't. You still hit the same speed. The difference is, with 2 weapons, you have overall 1/3 more damage. I get what you're saying, Big Fister. You're obviously in the stream, but if you don't want to chat in Twitch, that's fine. Or on YouTube, whichever one you're watching. So if I take it off, the weapon will hit as often, but with the second weapon, yes, you've got that additional hit. I get what you're saying, yeah. The hit frequency is higher because there are 2 weapons. Totally get that, yeah. But that's where the additional 1/3 damage comes from. No, gonna rebuff. That's how long we've been doing this. Everyone said, don't do it. I said, oh, I don't want to do a whole stream of just trying to get Predator armor. That'll be boring. And then someone, no names mentioned now, said, no, it won't. So I can only assume me failing to get the items and complaining about it is entertaining. That's where we are now. I'm going to refill Nano, and I'm going to go have a pee. I haven't had a pee for 3 hours, and I've just like halfway through my 5th beer, so I should probably have one. Your big fister says orange melon. Orange melon and fisto, yes. Nothing to see here. No hamsters were hurt in the creation of this conversation. I'll be back. Yeah, so for the attack speed thing, it works the same way for 2 weapons. I think the additional damage from dual wield is the same value regardless of a nit or anything else. Over time, so if you do 100 damage over 10 seconds with one weapon, at the same init value, you do 130 damage. I'm rounding. I know I'm rounding. Thirds are, it's like pi. You do that third more damage, but you are more open to attack. The further over to the right, to the aggressive on your hotbar, the more open you are to becoming hit by a critical hit or defending a regular hit. And once again, we has no loot. And there's a theme. Yeah, the attack speed thing is how many times do you hit over a given period. That's the calculation I was kind of looking for and explaining. That's why I had my ag def bar set the way it was. I had it all the way defensive to try and survive a fight. And even on full def, I still took the same number of hits from the NPC because they're kind of frozen. They do what they do, and that's the end of it. Unless you're playing a class that can debuff a nits or ransack and drain skills, they will always hit you for the same amount unless you affect them in that manner. So I tried that and I took more damage and failed the fight, because had I been at halfway, 50%, I would have taken pretty much the exact same amount of damage, but I would have hit them twice as often and therefore finished the fight before I died. So it is quite a seesaw kind of a deal. Japapa, do I have any characters at 200 yet? What, on PRK? No. On live, got about 34, I think. 220 fully geared, maxed out, every class, every breed, except Nanomage. I did have a Nanomage, but I converted them to Op Effects. I just don't like Nanomage. What can I say? Yeah, you can see the aggro bars pulsing, but the other trick you can do, like for example, I noticed this back in the day, 2001, not long after release. Advi's got Soul Fire Executioners, one-hand edge weapons for Advis, or anyone else that wanted to use one-hand edge. And I noticed Type A had nothing but main attack and dimash, but then there was a Type C or D or B, I can't remember now, that had no dimash but had fast attack or brawl, and then there was another one that had fast attack and brawl. So if you had one in one hand, one in the other, you had all the melee specials available for that skill set, and even if both of them were identical, you still did more damage for the reason you're saying. But one of the main reasons people dual wield is to spread the specials with different weapons. Initially, that's how it worked. But if you've got two with all the things that you want, like there's no brawl on this. So if I could make a triple O weapon that had nothing but brawl on it, but had the same min-max damage and the same 1-1 ratio as the weapon I have that has fast attack and dimash on it, I would have brawl, fast attack and dimash all on spread across two weapons. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't, but yeah. It's a weird kettle of fish. I mean, AO is a weird and complex game. You put dual wield in there, you're pouring kerosene on the barbecue. It gets more and more weird. But it's you can figure it out with logic and math. It's not impossible. It's just a little odd the way that it all works. And the problem is, if you played for a number of years, you'll start shortcutting. So you already know that this is a thing, so you'd go to that immediately without going through the process of figuring all that out. Are you sure you opened the correct one? The loot seemed very similar. It always does when it's crap loot. Yep, there's all three. Wounded, limping number 2. None of them have anything on them that I want. Well, one did drop the saturated animal bone, which is a melee energy weapon, which we're not using. We could, but I wouldn't recommend it for shade. What's melee energy like for shade? Ooh, dark blue. No, not recommended. Possible, but not optimum. If it's a green skill, it's optimum. Yeah, so as Big Fister, who Mrs. was saying, I'm just referencing the AgDef can be a bit lower than what Roz shows because you have two weapons. And by your calculation, I put it there, a third lower than it was. It's almost as if I figured all that out before we had the conversation and did it. Isn't it? It's kind of uncanny how that happened. if you skip earlier in the video, you'll see the ag def bar is it's about there, which is my guesstimation of a third lower, because I'm incorporating the third extra damage from dual wielding. But third is, it's like pi, 33 and a bit kind of thing. How that works inside computers, I'll never know. Shouldn't they fall over trying to figure this stuff out? They should really, shouldn't they? I don't think. I think they go, pi, 5 digits. That'll do. Pain Panther, give me Predator armor. It's been 2 hours. Oh well. Let's wait for the next one. Yeah, so as it ends up, after the discussion about inits, how many inits I have, it miraculously turns out that where I had my ag def bar is about right for 1-1 while dual wielding. Wow. Who'd have thunk? What are the chances? I'm not the smartest guy in the room. You have to do dance before opening the loot. Oh, is that when loot is decided? If there was a GM here saying that, I would do it. Because they can. They can spawn items in loot. Spawn, 2 nippies and a full set of Predator armor on this mob. There it is. There's a bunch of code they have to type, but yeah, that works. Do they ever do that when I'm playing? Absolutely not. Did Space Quest spawn a bazillion Seekers on top of my head? Every alien event? Absolutely. And then laughed at me while I ran away and died anyway. In fact, one point he gave me 20 million HP hit points and then froze me in one spot and dropped. It must have been 2,000. I shit you not. Seekers on top of my head as I watched my HP bar with 2 million HP gradually dip down to the bottom. But hey, what are friends for if not to humiliate, embarrass and abuse you? Yes. I love him to bits. He is a good friend and he always has been. And it was funny as fuck when he did it. And no one cared. It's like, we're alive, you're dead, we don't care. You know, so. We're at a crucial point in the stream where we're, well, you know, we've done 2 hours trying to get Pred armor. The drop rates are exactly as bad on live. I know. I have a full set of Predator armor on live, and I think I farmed all of it. But I think I farmed all of it on like a 220, put it all in a bag, and then made a shade. And gave it to the shade. So I'd like be here, go kaboom, 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 kaboom. Kill everything in sight. Check all the loot. move to the second area, kill everything there, run back, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so it was all, you know, that's live though, isn't it? You know, you've got all these resources, legacy characters that are much more powerful and high level, etc. It's very hard to resist the urge to use them to your benefit. I'm gonna kill you because you always aggro anyway. You always jump in when I'm not expecting you. No, Heartland Predators do not drop pred armor. If they did, there wouldn't be any. They'd all be dead. You're a corpse. You're a corpse. You're a corpse. Kind of want to grab another beer. It's probably a bad idea, but, you know. Gonna do it anyway. I'm not in work till 5 PM tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll be back. I'm receiving buffs from Smurf. Smurf is buffing me. What are you buffing me with? All right, the 2-hour jobbies. Thank you. Scruffy's friend is... Oh my god, it's the higher level heal pet. Is it on? It's on me. Well, thank you very big. I appreciate you. I am immortal. I have inside me blood of kings. Give me the prize. Anyone else excited to see what they try and do with the new Highlander movie? I am. I love Henry Cavill. But I think the original was such a classic. You know, it's not always the thing to remake something, but you know, I'm here for it. Do dance, dance, okay. No dance available. Well, there you go. Isn't that a thing? It doesn't exist on PRK. Disco does, but diddly squat. Did I fail because I didn't dance or something else? Yeah, dance does nothing. Yeah, no command or script named dance. You tried. Yes, I did, and I failed. I failed to execute a command that doesn't actually exist. Well, that's a predictable outcome, isn't it? However... / disco. Ah, see, that works. That works. Smurf, I can remove pet if you don't want it. No, it's fine. All good and thanks. No, just I don't refuse help unless, you know, I do, which is very, very rare. What's that there? He looked quite big, but he's just a regular predator. Yeah, so when's the new Highlander movie coming out? I don't know. I saw some dopey arse twat post, I'm gonna make a historically accurate Odyssey movie. It's like, my dude, the Odyssey is a fictional tale. There is no historically anything. It's fiction. It's one of the stories that gave birth to a lot of other stories. Without it, we wouldn't have had Star Wars, King Arthur, and a bunch of other stuff. It's a fiction from very long ago, but definitely a fiction. How can you make a fiction historically accurate? Is it going to be full of Greek actors and whatnot? Or how's that going to work? Or the population representative of ancient Greece? Can't remember the name of the prat that said that, but yeah, that did make me laugh when they said it. It's like me saying, I'm going to make a historically accurate version of Star Wars. Sir, Star Wars is a story. It never happened. Yeah, you know. Is that more efficient? I don't know. I can't remember what Pratt said it. I just saw it. Like someone had said that's what they were going to do, and I just laughed. I was like, how do you make a historically accurate anything of a work of fiction? How can it be historically accurate if it's a bunch of stuff that never actually happened? Faithful adaptation. That's not what they said. That's not what they typed. They said historically accurate. I'm going to make a historically adaptation of Jaws. Sharks are real. Boats are real. Big shark fighting with a bunch of guys on a boat. Not real. You know. I can't remember who it was, but when I said they're like, was it that Musk dipshit? It could have been. It could have been. Oh, limping predator, and your friend I has heel pet. I fear nothing. It might have been Elon Musk, but that guy's a dipshit. I mean, like, if you believe... What's the saying? Don't believe what you hear, believe what you can see. Or something like that, yeah. Trust your own eyes or whatever. And nada on him, but I'll kill the Heartland ad anyway. Yeah, I heard he was really clever, but everything he says and does seems really fucking dumb as fuck. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, he's not stupid. I mean, like, he did some kind of a deal with one guy in order to gain access to government bodies that were investigating his companies and his dealings, and shut them all down by defunding them so they couldn't investigate him anymore. I mean, that's pretty smart. I mean, it's a shit thing to do, but, you know, it's pretty smart. Can't knock him there. What? Why? I'm just curious what he had to do in return for that access. I can't imagine what it could have been. Because I know he was under investigation by several bodies for malpractice level shit he was doing. And then the bodies of government that were investigating him all got defunded and shut down conveniently. And then suddenly he, after that happens, leaves the government. Yeah, nothing to see here, you know. Nothing dodgy going on with that. Yeah, you saw nothing. Yeah. All right, dude. Yeah. Well, smells like a fish, cooks like a fish, swims like a fish. You know what? It's probably a fucking fish. I don't know. I don't want to go into the politics and shit. Aren't we bombarded enough by that daily? Yeah, let's have a break from that and just play AO. But yeah, it did make me laugh about the Odyssey. Oh, and we got Spider-Man Brand New Day, and he changes, doesn't he? I've seen the trailers, and he's old school Spider-Man, where he has to make the web fluid and put it in a thing round his wrist and all that. But somehow in the trailer of the movie develops the ability to make his own web coming out of his wrists, come out of his ass as well. I don't know. I mean, if he was an actual spider, it would be coming out of his ass. So, I don't know there. Joshua Haldeman was a prominent leader of Technocracy Incorporated, a movement that proposed replacing democratic governments with a continental engineering. Yeah, because nothing screams everyone, we're in charge, you're a slave race than that. Dear me. We're just the plebs, we're just the people that keep the machines working. We don't matter, we're slaves. That's what that thinking is. That's pretty scary. It had to blow stan you? I don't know what that is. Technate of America. Oh God, I don't know. Anyway, the new Spider-Man looks cool. I'm still a Tobey Maguire fan. I really am, you know. You know what? I can remember the original Spider-Man trailer that Tobey Maguire was in some fashion, where he caught some thieves who were flying a helicopter, and then you see the helicopter stranded between the two towers that were destroyed, the World Trade Center that was destroyed with 9/11, and they pulled that trailer after 9/11 because they were like, no one wants to see that. And I was like, no, you should, remind people that it existed, it was built, and it was important to the people at the time. But they just decided, no, we're not going there. We're just going to get rid of it. That's not in the trailer anymore. If you Google it, I think you can find it and watch it. And I think Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. But I do think that the latest guy, I can't think of his name right now, I think he's a good Spider-Man. But Tobey Maguire was like a crap Peter Parker, but a really good Spider-Man. It's the whole thing with the dual identity, isn't it? Like Batman. Who was the best Batman, but also the best Bruce Wayne? For me, Christian Bale. I know. Everyone, you know, I love the original Tim Burton guy. I'm Batman. And he still says it now, and he owns that. But I really did enjoy Christian Bale's Batman. I feel like they gave him the organic webs because of what Maguire said. Yeah, because in that was a good, you know, the best bit of that whole film is the last, I don't know how long it lasts, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, where you got Tobey Maguire, the new guy, and the guy before him, all working together, and then they all bond like brothers do, going, oh, I can't do that. How do you do? Yeah, because we're, you know, and it feels like such a genuine moment between them. It really does. I think it's wonderful that the end of that film, where they all resolve each other by being, okay, in this instance, they're all different Spider-Mans from different universes. But in the writing, they're brothers resolving each other. It's beautifully done, and I genuinely enjoy it. Oh, I've got this thing with my back. Yeah, I know. We both got the same back. Let me fix it for you. What? You can fix that? Oh, that's so much better. And then the pair of them going, what? You can make your own webs? We can't do that. Does it come out of anywhere else? These are the fucking human things you would ask in that situation. It's brilliantly done. It's brilliantly done. I do. I've a great deal of respect for the end of that movie. The rest of it, I'm like, okay. Superhero movie, here we go again. But the end of that movie, Tobey Maguire, and who's the guy in the middle? Who got two? There's a brilliant thing. Spoilers. Turn the sound off now. So in the second Spider-Man movie, Andrew Garfield, thank you, tries to save his MJ, but she's not MJ. She's like the commissioner's daughter. I can't remember her name right now. He tries to save her, so he shoots a web, but when he does it and catches the web, it snaps her spine and he kills her. And he just can't forgive himself for that. And you wouldn't. You'd be like, oh my God, I killed the woman I love. Gwen Stacy, thank you. So, not on purpose, but in an attempt to save Gwen Stacy, he kills her. And you can... And fair dues to Andrew Garfield, you feel the weight of that on him in the role. He does a good job of the guilt, the regret, that what if I'd done this in the movie, and it's quite powerful stuff. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty damn well done. But then in the Homecoming movie, is it, where you've got the three of them, whichever movie it is where all three are there. MJ, or, you know, and not Andrew Garfield. What's the new guy? What's the new guy called? I like him. I love him. I think he's great. It's a decades-old spoiler. It happens almost exactly in the... I know! Some people have never seen Star Wars. We don't talk about Luke and Darth Vader's relationship because some people have never seen it, experienced it, and it's a spoiler for them. So you gotta think of the people that don't know. So Kanish on the Kanosh. So yeah. So what's he called? Yeah, there you go. So in the last Tom Holland movie, Andrew Garfield, thank you, Ace. You're helping me so much with the notes. Saves MJ, but he, instead of shooting a web at her, shoots the web up, goes down, grabs her, and saves her. And when he lands with her, he kind of has this redemption moment. This time I got it right. This time I saved the person falling and didn't kill him in the process because I made a mistake. I misjudged what would work. You know, this time I went, shoot the web up there, grab them in both arms, cushion the fall. Now their spine isn't broken and they're still alive. Now, how do you do that on film? Do they have a big discussion and exposition about it? No. No. None of that shit. What do they do? He says, "Are you okay?" And she says, "I think I'm okay." And then he puts her down. She stands up. You know, she's fine. She's perfectly healthy. Shook up. Sure. But unhurt, undamaged. And she says, "Are you okay?" And then Andrew Garfield does the best Spider-Man thing ever. He just looks at her, tells you the story of what he's gone through with his face, and just says, "I'm okay." And the guy's like, yeah, to crying his eyes out because he's resolved the thing that he's carrying by getting it right this time. And it's just the most brilliant moment. It really is. I honestly, the end of Homecoming, that last, you know, I don't know how long it is, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, after they all get together, just watch the movie from that point onwards, if you've watched all the other movies previous to that. And they kind of resolve everything in that last section of the film. It's so good. He doesn't go, "Yes, I've redeemed myself because previously I tried to save someone this way." And that's how modern Hollywood would fucking deal with that. Normally, exposition, and destroy the emotion of the moment. Because when things are resolved emotionally, let the actors do that. You don't need dialogue. You just let them act like human beings, because we can explain things without speaking as human beings. And Andrew Garfield does that in that scene. It's just, honestly, watch it, come back to me, and tell me I'm wrong. YouTube chat is neglected, said Orange Melons 3827. I beg to differ. The proposed technate was a utopian plan to merge United States, Canada, Mexico, Greenland. The countries listed what Trump wanted. No, Trump makes noise whenever the sound isn't the one he wants. Oh, it turns out you're a paedophile and a fucking possible child murderer. Oh, Greenland, everyone turn the news cycle at something else. That's what that is, mate. That's, what about, look over here. This is ancient Rome, bread and circuses. Google it. That's what that is. It doesn't go any further than that. You know, your Stephen Millers might have bigger ideas than that, but yeah, that's as far as it goes. Anyway, we said not the politics that we get bombarded with every day. That happens. You make a new Facebook account, fucking whatever account, and within 30 minutes, the algorithms will shuffle you off into your group. It's like Harry Potter. You join a platform, okay? The platform puts the sorting hat on you, and depending on your reactions, sorts you into whichever house it thinks you should be into, and feeds you that plethora of ads and opinions and other shit to keep you engaged because it thinks that's what you should be seeing. You can do it, right? Use, ideally, 2 different browsers so you can keep the cache separate. And then go on a Bookface or a Twitter or whatever and interact with opposing opinions on each account. And every time you log into that account, you will be bombarded by reinforcement of the extrapolated opinions you have on both, even if they're completely incompatible and desperate. So even if they're completely opposed, 180 on any issue, it will then continually feed you on both sides. Do it as an experiment, and then you'll realize the shit you're reading online isn't the truth. It's the algorithm's version of the truth to keep you engaged with it. It's gone. You already have an opinion, therefore we're just going to reinforce it, whatever that opinion is. Yeah? It's so obvious when you look at it in any kind of scientific way. And once you realise that, you realise how many people are fooled into thinking that the stuff that's being fed to them is some form of consensus. And that's been weaponized against all of us. Whatever your views are, I don't care. You're entitled to them. You're a person. You've got your own thoughts. Fine. But try it. Try having a 180 version of yourself on a different browser and watch what happens. You'll get completely conflicting information coming from both. You're the product. Yeah? That's where the ads are targeted. Support us, donate to us, buy our product because we're these guys and we hate those guys. It's so manipulative. Reddit is the upload's worst. Well, Reddit will do the same job. It will make a second Reddit account and agree with, click like, etc. on a 180 version of what you actually think. And every time you log into the 180 version, you're going to see a reinforcement of what you already or what your 180 variant thinks. You're not going to see facts. You're going to see what the algorithm thinks you need to hear to keep you on the platform, because that's where the ads are and that's how they make the money. So if I go on my personal one, most of the information I get is because I'm quite open-minded and accepting of others and yada, yada, yada. Well, most of the stuff I see is quite nice, quite funny, praises other people for doing good things. But I have a dark Kalos account. And the dark Kalos account thinks, oh, these people are better than those people. And yada, yada, yada. He thinks, yes, we must do something about these people changing our way of life. That's what Dark Kalos, my artificial 180 version of myself, thinks. And he's on Windows, what's it called? Edge or something, with a totally different account, completely independent internet cache. And guess what? That guy, he's not me, but that version gets way different information. It doesn't matter where it goes. It can go on Reddit, it can go on Twitter, It can go on any other platform. It gets fed all that dark side shit. You got a dark Kalos Twitch? No, I don't. I just have the real Kalos Twitch. I couldn't pretend to be that person live. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't convince anyone. No one would believe it. Because I'm not an actor and I can't pretend to be something I'm not. But I can on social media. That's easy. Reddit is the absolute worst. That's why most AI answers are total shit and quite often dangerous, is because the plagiarism algorithm steals opinions on Reddit, of all places, and presents them as plausibly not copyrighted fact. So it takes the worst tween fucking discourse off Reddit and QAnon and all the other places, and 4chan and whatever, and of course it's stealing all that information without permission, because that's what AI does, and then presents that as some sort of a rounded, non-copyrightable version of what it's found. So it tweaks it here and there enough that, oh, it's not a Stratocaster, it just looks exactly like one, but it's our brand, and the headstock's different, and this curve's slightly different, and that makes it not something the company that owned the copyright can sue you for. Yeah, so it does that, and it's been sold as this end-all be-all, just like NFTs were. Now, let's cast our minds back. Clip that if you want. All the way to 2020. The lockdowns had just started. There was all kinds of conspiracy shit going around. No. Disease is a thing that happens. The scientists were right the whole time. Nothing changed. And they'll still be right in 100, 200 years, hopefully. And NFTs were born, and people were saying to me, oh, have you bought any NFTs? And I went, no. Why have you not bought any NFTs? I said, because the whole premise is a sack of shit. Apply any critical thinking to NFTs. What are they? A fucking JPEG. Right? It's a fucking JPEG. Alright. Okay. Here's my JPEG. I just screen capped it. I decide that JPEG is now worth $1 million because no one else has it. And they based the value of NFTs on as much as that. And I could not believe people paid actual money for them. The only way I think celebs bought NFTs, they were told as a promotional offer by their manager, if they spoke on social media saying they had bought an NFT for $1 million, the company doing it would obviously give them $2 million to make up for the fact they bought something that's not worth anything. It's like the sunglasses that it gives someone who has genetic, colour blindness, colour vision. They never worked. They never will work. That's not how full colour vision works. You have colour vision because you have red, green and blue receptors on the retina of your eye. If you have the genetic mutation that is missing one or two of them, you are colorblind, and no filtering whatsoever can change that. Okay? And yet we had a similar time. Oh, I put these glasses on and I'm crying because I can see colours for the first time. All bullshit. That's not how light and your eyes work. It was complete crap. It was utter crap. People believed it. If you have no blue receptors in your eyes, they're not going to grow back and stimulate your cortex with blue through the filter of a pair of sunglasses. No. One of them Jake Paul dipshits even did a video of it and was going, oh my god, and then later went, couldn't see fuck all. But, you know, the cameras were on, so I did a big emotional reaction. I acted. God, did people feel stupid for buying those. Same with NFTs. And here we are, 6 years post NFT. You can go back 6 years, look at the VODs on my YouTube channel from Twitch when I only streamed on Twitch, and all of them say the exact same thing. NFTs are a load of bollocks. Do not spend money on them. Here we are in 2026. Anyone's putting down a few 100,000 on a JPEG today? Absolutely not. I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, so anyway, they're massively overselling what AI is capable of. 99% of what it actually does is simply steal other people's ideas, art, or creation in a way that is legally hard to prosecute. That's all it is. It has no original ideas whatsoever. Because it has the intelligence of an amoeba. Stimulus, response. That's it. That's all it's got. I mean, it's very clever for a computer program, but that's literally all it has. Yeah, and they will tell you what you want to hear. Yeah. When it interacts with a human being, it tries to guess what you want to hear, and then that's what it tells you. It doesn't care if the information's damaging, inaccurate, wrong, illegal. It doesn't matter. As long as it keeps you engaged, that's all. It's done its job. Yeah, they absolutely will give you mistruths. It will lie, effectively, like you just said, if it can't create an answer. You are not getting healed. I did notice because I was dying. Yeah, look, Predator armbands. Here's a sleeve of Pred armor. How good is that? Title level 3, 200 ACs for the most part. Evades, inits, skill lock. That's what affects first aids and such. Not anything else. And that's what that affects. Anyway, I think coming on 3 hours trying to get at least one tiny piece of Predator armor has failed. We tried, we came, we saw, we didn't get anything. So, let's have a look. Is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? I'm going to finish this last beer off on my own, I think. Me and no one else. I can't even see anyone else streaming AO or anything else. There's no one else I know streaming. Oh my god. Who's that? Come up.
There's Shannon take.
Yeah, no. Okay. So, yeah, thank you very big for the gifted subs. Thank you all for coming along and watching the stream. I'm in work tomorrow, so I won't be on. Friday, 50-50. Depends if Mrs. Callos is working or not. And it won't be a long stream because I have to get up at stupid o'clock on a Saturday. So, until then, I love you all. I miss you all. I will see you in the next one. So until then, bye for now.